today's topic is going to be, I hope, really exciting and really eye-opening for everyone. Jasmeer, if you could just share the screen for the webinar so that we can dive in.
Just give me a second.
Yes. First of all, I would really, it's a privilege and honor to be in your midst, because as a doctor, I always felt that by following my spiritual practice, I was somehow delineating from the, data-driven and very evidence-based knowledge of a scientific doctor. But over the last 2 years, I've been trying to blend it together, and I was so happy.
10 seconds, okay, to do it. Just
yes, no problem. And I'm so privileged to be amongst you and honored to be speaking today. Today's topic, before we begin, I want this to be interactive. So I'm looking at the chat window and I'll be asking questions. So let us keep it playful and let us keep it interactive. So
are your slides visible?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Just trying to figure
this out. Tell me when to change the slide. I'll keep changing it for you.
Okay, fine. So let's move to the next slide. Today, we're going to be talking about the feminine awakening. So before we begin, I wanted to ask this question. How many of you feel overworked, overwhelmed, and underappreciated than ever before? No matter how much you do, you feel that you're being underappreciated and this huge overwhelm of life. You can leave it in the chat with saying yes, yes, because the first step is always realizing what we are feeling, right? Yes, yes. And now the second question is, how many of you recognize that you want to thrive, not just survive, but thrive in every sphere of our lives? Now, that is also such a big part of being doctors, and not just doctors, but living in the millennium. Yes, I see that. So recognizing that we want more, but wanting more goes completely against the thing of feeling overwhelmed. So there is this paradox within all of us. Let's move to the next slide. So by the end of this webinar, thank you for being here. And by the end of this webinar, in an hour, I want to give you a roadmap to lead a life of ease, energy, and excitement. I'll tell you the power of pink. I'm wearing pink, and I'm going to share with you what is the power of pink and how to channel your feminine energy, how to be resilient in the faces of grief, anger, and failure, how to tap into your joy, how to increase your self-love, self-compassion, and stop letting yourself down. I'm wearing rose quartz, which is also pink, and we're going to be delving into all of this. At the end of the session, I'm going to lead you into a chakra meditation, but with breath work, body tapping, and body scanning, and a little bit of qigong. So it's my way of blending all of the spiritual, wisdom that I have been gaining, and all the goodness and greatness of all these different spiritual practices within a short 15 minutes of activation. Let's move to the next slide, Jasmeer. So I hope you're excited. Can you guys leave me excited in the chat box? I'm really excited, and I want you to be here with me. Now, before we begin, I'm going to share something very vulnerable. I have not shared this with anyone before in such a vulnerable way. A little bit about me. In this phase from November 2018 to July 2019, I went through a phase of, you could call it midlife crisis, a feeling of low-grade chronic depression, a feeling of detachment or ennui. And I finally found what exactly I was feeling in the word Lebensmut. Now, Lebensmut is a German word, which means tired of living, just weary of life. And every birthday from the age of 25, I have written a birthday retrospect on my birthday. from the age of 25. So in 2019, on my birthday, I wrote my birthday blog, which is called Lebensmut and Other Midlife Things. You can Google that and you can read all about what I was going through, because we're not going to delve so much into it. I want this journey to be about you, but I wanted to just share this. So it started off with a sense of detachment. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? I'm just a speck in this universe. My life is just a drop in the ocean. Life is so huge and the time span is so much. Whatever we do in life really doesn't matter. And so I was going through this existential crisis. And in the beginning, it felt like nirvana. It felt this kind of detachment and as if I was flowing through life. And have we not all heard that nirvana is basically detachment? Don't get attached to your emotions or people or things. But as it progressed over the 9 months, it went from not taking life seriously to not valuing life. And there is this huge difference between it. And I think all of us have been there. As spiritual doctors, I think all of our journeys at one point made us ask this existential question: why am I here? Now, this question and what am I doing and is it even worth it? These are questions we all ask. And this is the question that the feminine energy asks, and it's called the dark descent. Now, as doctors, I want to share with you this very, very important paper, which was released in May 2022, just a month back. Jasbir, can we just go back to the slide? One slide back. One slide back. The slide 5. One slide back, please.
Okay, just hang on. Just a minute.
Yes.
Number 5, 6?
5.
This is 5.
Yes. Can we have that slide, please? Right. So this is a study by Journal of American Medical Association. It's one of the biggest journals in the world and very well recognized. It's not a journal of spirituality. It's not a journal of Ayurveda. It's not a journal of allopathy. Is not a journal of other allied sciences. It's the American Medical Association journal. And they have done this study and published it just a month back. And it says the effect of group coaching programs to reduce burnout in female resident physicians. Why was this study so important for me? First of all, as a female physician, I understand burnout. The second is I conduct group coaching programs which help reduce burnout. So this study was really interesting. I just want to show you the 6 headings under which they studied this research. It was under emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, reduced professional accomplishments, increased imposter syndrome, reduced self-compassion, and increased moral injury that is associated with physician burnout. And as spiritual physicians, I think we can understand and we realize it ourselves that our spiritual practice has helped deal with our burnout. We can go to the next slide. So, as I said, in September 2019, I went through this entire 9 months of existential crisis. Then it took me 2 years to really understand what was happening. And finally, I came to my own definition of spirituality, and I want to share it with all of you. I shared this exact post on my birthday in September 2021, 2 years after my existential crisis. So spirituality as a form of self-help. Spirituality is not about your connection with God or Supreme Being. Spirituality is a connection to yourself. Spirituality is not about following religion or dogma. No one is going to hate you or hurt you if you follow your own spiritual practice. You don't have to belong to a cult or follow a particular spiritual practice. Spirituality is not about some mantras and rituals. It is about regularly showing up for yourself. Every day showing up for yourself, believing in yourself, finding out your deep dark thoughts and accepting them through compassion for yourself, trying to find out where you must have got hurt as a child and healing those thoughts and wounds again through acceptance and vulnerability. Really getting to know your body, reveling in the energies of your body, feeling amazed at how your thoughts work, how your feelings and parts of your body work, how one thing leads to the other in a domino effect. We can have the next slide. Now, spirituality is a dance of energy. Can we go back one slide? Slide number 7. Yeah. So spirituality is a dance of energy. And even if we can't explain all of it, we can still experience it. And that is enough. How believing in ourselves, we start to believe in the universe. How trusting ourselves, we begin to trust that everything happens for a reason. How healing ourselves, we can help heal others around us. How we aren't looking for a savior, we are saving ourselves. Spirituality makes you realize that you may be part of something bigger, but something bigger already resides inside you as well. So even if there is no heaven or afterlife, the mere fact that we exist is enough. And we can experience divinity in the now. For someone who has been a long time believer in existentialism, and if this is all there is to life, why are we even here attitude, I am reveling in the fact that the mere act of existing is enough. That something is flowing within me and I'm just going to flow with it. I hope these lines resonated with you as much as it does with me. And this entire journey, from going from kya farak padta hai, so what if we existed? We are going to die someday anyway. That feeling, from that feeling to reach this feeling of even if I exist, it is enough. This journey is what I want to take you on. We can have the next slide. And this journey I did with the help of my feminine awakening. And this is what I teach in the 9 days of Awaken Your Inner Goddess workshop. In these 9 days, we delve into the 5 most common elements, the basic elements of feminine energy. The first is embodiment. That we are not our thoughts, we are not our feelings, we are our body. We feel it in our body, we think it in our body, we do things through our body. And so the embodiment practices. The second is flow and transform. Life is going to go down and go up. There are going to be ebbs and flows. And to flow with the ebbs and flows of life is the flow and transform, which is seen in the water element of women and of the feminine energy. The water can take the form of rain, the water can take the form of a lake, the water can take the form of a waterfall, the water can take the form of a fountain. Each of these have a different kind of energy. Some is joy, some is rage, like a storm. It can be flowing like a gushing river, but each of them finally has the element of water. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's just the transformation of the same energy. And as Jasmeet was telling about the archetypes we talk about, it's all the same, but it's a different form, a different transformation of the same energy, of the same flow. The third part is community. And this, like just us being here together, is community. Now, for a long time, we have lived in a life of competition and singular practices. A lot of our spirituality, which has been practiced by a lot of us over traditional methods, says that meditation should be done personally. It's your own personal journey with yourself. No, feminine energy teaches us that we grow, we vibrate, we resonate much higher when we work as a community or in togetherness. The fourth is surrender. Living in surrender is not the same as living as giving up. No, surrender is an active form of surrender and not the passive form of giving up on life. And the fifth is dissension, and we're going to talk about dissension soon. So let's go to the next slide. So the first day of the 9 days of awakening the feminine within us is chakra meditation. Now, since all of us already understand a lot about the chakras, we're not going to be dealing into the different chakras. But what does chakra meditation teach us about the feminine energy? So the chakras are 7 energy centers within our body. So the first thing we learn is the fact that everything is energy. Our emotions are energy. Our feelings within us are energy. The way we interact with others is energy. Money itself is energy. The work we do in the world is a form of energy. So the fact that everything is energy. The second thing is 6 of these chakras reside within your body. Only the crown chakra is outside of us. And still it is connected to the other 6, and all the 6 reside within us. And this teaches us embodiment. Live in your body. Don't try to move outside of your body. Live within your body, feel everything through your body, move your body, and experience life through your body. That is embodiment. The next thing that the chakras teach us is that your energy is within your control. And this gives us a sense of empowerment, that things are not happening to you, you are happening to you. I'll repeat that again. Things are not happening to you, you are happening to you. How many of you resonate with that? How many of you had that aha moment? Oh my God, things are not happening to me. And this releases this huge sense of this overwhelm which we have, and we can take back control of our lives when we understand what chakra is trying to teach us. And I think we've moved on to the next slide. So we're going to just delve into the power of pink. 1 second, just Veer. I think our slides are moving too fast ahead. Can we go back a slide? I'm sorry for this, confusion, but I'm not being able to move my slides from here.
This one?
Yes, the power of pink, yes. All right, so this is the moment which all of you have been waiting for and which I have been particularly waiting for, the power of pink. Now, since all of us know the chakras and we know the colors which go with the chakras, let's just revise that chakras have the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, indigo, and violet. There's not much place for pink in here. Now, if you were to travel from violet back to red, how would you do it? You would say that I would go from violet to indigo to blue to green to yellow to orange to yellow and then come back to red. But if you mix the two colors of violet and red, like in a palette, I'm not saying metaphysically, I'm telling you physically, if you were to mix the colors red and mix the color violet, you would get a bright pink color. And that is the magic. That is the power of pink. Dissension. Dissension, not ascension only. So what is ascension? So ascension, like when we talk about the chakras traditionally, we say that once you have reached your crown chakra, you go from violet to ultraviolet. And when you're in the red, when you're in your root chakra, you go from red to infrared. And we're just drawing both of them away from each other. But the pink joins the crown to the root. The pink joins the heaven to the earth. The pink joins you in the pink turns the arc of the rainbow into a sphere. The pink joins the violet to the red. And that is the power of the feminine energy in the descension and the quick movement of the chakras, what we call Kundalini energy. A lot of people have spoken about the Kundalini energy and how it is so fast, so violent, sometimes so uncontrolled that it can rise before you have even realized what is going through you. And I think that that is because of this pink energy. It can go from red to violet so fast that it doesn't need to go from red to orange to yellow to green to blue to indigo to violet. It goes from red to violet through the power of the pink. And that is what I call the power of pink. This amazing download I got once while looking at my mother's chakra lamp. She has a lamp which changes colors. And I always wondered, how did it go from the last color, which was this purpley violet, to the red again? And it changed for a split second into pink. And it was an aha moment for me completely. So leave it in the chat box if you really, if this was like, wow, this is so eye-opening. I never thought pink could be a part of your chakra colors. And this brings me to the next slide, which is the feminine energy, the positive yin qualities and the positive yang qualities. Let's do a little bit of an experiment. Let us think that there's a child of 8 years old and that child has got a report card. And the report card says, "Dear Mrs. So-and-so, your child is logical, confident, responsible, honest, protective, disciplined, focused, supportive, and competitive." What would you say to your child? You would say, "Oh, amazing. Beta, what an amazing report card you've got. Like this is going to set you up for life. What an amazing report card you have." Now, let's do the same experiment and say there's an 8-year-old child and gets a report card. Jasmeer, can we just go back one slide? Yes, that one. And so we are doing this certificate, report card thing again, but this time with the other qualities. And the report card says, "Dear Mrs. So-and-so, your child is creative, trusting, supportive, compassionate and caring, intuitive, flows through life, is vulnerable, loves community participation and nurturing." Your immediate reaction would be to this report card is like, "Oh my God, my child is never going to do well in life. I don't know with these qualities if he or she is ever going to get a job. I don't know if these qualities anyone is really looking forward to in life." And that is exactly what we have gone through for the last millennia, I would say. Not just a decade or so, but for a millennium, we have always, mic is on. Okay. Can we again have the same slide of the feminine energy? Yes. So what happens is that before, pre-COVID, everyone loved the idea of living in your positive yang. We were always about being responsible, being logical, doing the job, focused in life. But it was when the COVID happened that the entire energy of the universe, of the world, of the earth changed towards the yin. All of a sudden, we had to flow through life because there were no rules anymore. We had to support each other. We had to live with community participation. There was no other way to survive this world in the COVID other than leaning into your yin qualities. People started to paint, people started to cook, people started to take lessons in singing, music. There was so much community participation. WhatsApp groups started, lots of other kind of groups on social networking started. People started to get more compassionate, more supportive, and really had to flow through life. And this shift, this universal shift that is taking place, is because of the rising of the Gaia energy on earth, which is called the rising of the feminine energy on earth. So when I say that awakening your feminine energy, It's not just you. It's not just awakening it in all of us. It is awakening it on earth itself. Because when we rise or raise our feminine energy, we are going to finally bring that balance between the yin and yang on earth back again. The environment, the climate changes, everything, the wars, all of it is going to balance out the minute we start to raise our feminine energy as a collective. So I take deep pride in being part of this movement to not just raise the feminine energy within me only. I mean, I could have stopped. Once I was awakened, I could have just stopped there. But I want to take this learning, this change forward by inspiring others to take on the feminine energy awakening. Can we move to the next slide? Just speed. Thanks. So, day 3 of the feminine awakening is joy, play, and fun. As I already shared that, during my 2019 Lebensmut time, I could not access happiness at all. And I researched happiness just the way a scientist, a physician, a MD doctor would really research happiness. And I went deep. Like I went and literally categorized happiness into three different aspects. The first is joy, the second is play, and the third is fun. Now, joy, play, and fun are 3 different aspects of happiness. So let's start with joy. Again, I'm looking at the chat window. What brings you joy? So let me just define joy for you. Joy is passive happiness. You are not doing anything. You are just an observer of the world. Like just a picture of a baby, being with family, yes, seeing sunsets, smell of pine cones, yes, what else? Like a taste of hot chocolate. You are not actively doing anything. Just being surrounded by family is enough. Just seeing a Christmas tree, just seeing the diyas, first rain, yes, of course, just the fact of the rain, the smell of the rain, the sound of the rain is enough to spark joy. Music, yes, absolutely. So all of these are joy. So look for the joy in life where you are just an observer of life. The second thing is play. Now, play needs active interaction by you, active doing by you. And here that would be like, what would a play look like? It would be like sports, board games, and conversation with friends. And that is why I want to keep this conversation open between us. That's why I said I want you to chat with me, because this is playful. Interacting with a friend or a conversation is like like playing badminton. I throw a shuttle and you throw it back. Yes, playing with your kid, becoming a kid, giving challenges is so important. Upskilling, yes, absolutely. Upskilling, like improving your skills, gets you into that playful mode. What else can I do? Okay, today I could do this much. What else can I do? How much more can I do? It's like challenging yourself. So challenging yourself is being playful. Okay, I made this dish. Can I make a different dish? Can I make something better? Even at work, my God, today I did this much. Can I do more? Can I do a better surgery? Can I try it in a different way? That's all playful. And the last one is fun. Now, how do I define fun? Fun is something boring in your life, but you have to make it fun. Things which are not really exciting, but you bring the fun, like a party. Now, a party can be super boring. It's not just like you show up at a party and it's just going to be all joyful and playful. You have to bring the fun. And that is how you bring the excitement in the life. As I said in the beginning, today I'm going to teach you how to be ease, energy, and excitement. Live a life of ease, energy, and excitement. The ease comes from joy. The energy comes from playfulness. And the excitement you bring through the fun. Let's move on to the next slide. So this was just day 3 of the awakening. How many of you are like, my God, I want to keep going? So day 4 is erotic magic. Now, this is going to be super fun and very triggering to a lot of people here. It's always triggering for everyone. So the feminine energy is the creatrix, is someone who creates. Now, she channels her passions into her creations. Of course, she can channel her passion into giving birth to a human child, but she can also channel this passion to give birth to new ideas. And a lot of people think that erotic magic is only the sacral chakra, is only the orange color, is only your womb energy. No, the the erotic magic is passion and pleasure. And if we see that passion and pleasure are some of the highest vibrations on earth, and if you already know what energy is, and each energy has a different vibration, then some of the low energies would be of apathy, anger, rage, depression, sadness. Then passion and pleasure are on the opposite spectrum and are some of the highest vibrations. When you can channel this kind of passion and pleasure, you can manifest. You can use this in law of attraction, you can use this in manifestation, and ecstasy and nirvana go hand in hand. Now, this concept is very, very different from the masculine form of spirituality that we have been taught for centuries. And actually, it says that when abstinence and penance has been shown to a way of ascension. Abstinence and penance may be the way to ascension, but feminine energy is all about descension. Feminine energy is all about grounding yourself in earth and earthly matters and earthly feelings and earthly wisdom. And therefore, this is very, very different. So for if exactly it's balance, it's exactly creatrix. Creatrix is if we want creation on earth, and I'm not just saying of human babies, if we even want one flower to bloom, a single flower to bloom on earth, we will need passion and pleasure. No flower blooms because it is not feeling erotic magic. Flowers bloom on earth because of erotic magic. You have perfumes of flowers, you have bees, and what we call the birds and the bees happen because of this creatrix erotic magic. So we need to give it place in our spirituality. Let's move. Thank you. Can we move to the next slide, please? Yes, so this is day 5 of the awakening. It's called moon phase magic. The little box with the definition is my definition, and you can find it on my Instagram, multidimensional mom. So what is moon phase magic? First of all, it is a verb. You have to do things. So womb phase magic teaches you about your womb wisdom. Our life is lived in cycles. A lot of the masculine form of spirituality or masculine form of living will teach you do, achieve. The more you do, the more you achieve. And this leads to overwork, overwhelm, underappreciated, as we said in the beginning. No, we need to learn from the moon. And what do we learn from the moon? We learn, plan, grow, achieve and receive, then review your progress, give gratitude, rinse and repeat. And just like the moon cycle, just like a new moon, we go through a time of planning, a time of intention setting, and then how we grow, and then for the full moon we achieve and receive, rinse and repeat. And what does teaching the moon phase magic teach you? It teaches you a deep compassion for your woman cycles. Within the Awaken Your Inner Goddess workshop, we have a calendar in which I have the new moon and the full moon for each month, and we chart our periods, our woman cycles according to it, and live by the moon phase magic. Because as I said, moon phase magic is not a noun, it's a verb. You can understand it intellectually, but the feminine energy is not about understanding things intellectually. It's about actually embodying it in your life. And how can you harness the energy of your periods? That's about moon phase magic. Next. Now, day 6, we go deep. Embrace your shadows. Now, the feminine energy is not afraid of darkness, is not afraid of her dark thoughts, is not afraid of going deep and dark. And this is also called, witch energy, dark feminine energy, Kali energy, a lot of words which have been used over the years because people have not understood it or have been scared of it. The first step is, of course, understanding it. Only then can you stop the fear around it. So a lot of this witchcraft and a lot of burning women at the pyre, or diminishing the Kali within us, and just idolizing the beauty and the passive energies of only of the goddesses. Okay, just the passive energy of the goddess, that she is just the consort to the god, and really negating her dark thoughts. No, that is not fully embracing your feminine energy. So embracing your shadows teaches us to no more denying your dark thoughts, no more toxic positivity that, oh, I'm going to be only sunshine and rainbows and only happy all the time. No, no more toxic positivity, no more hiding from your past. And a thing which I teach is triggers are mirrors. Whatever triggers you, whatever makes you angry, whatever makes you sad is a mirror into yourself. So use those triggers and as mirrors. And the strongest self-acceptance comes from embracing your shadows. And the power of vulnerability and shame, which Brené Brown talks in her book, and we go deep into this, being able to share your deepest vulnerabilities, like the way I did through my blogs, the way I have done about my Lebensmut. The first step is accepting and embracing your humanness, your humanity. Next. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that it's resonating with so many people in the chats. The next one is inner child. Can we go back to the 16? Yes, slide 16. So inner child work is something which we do on day 7 of the awakening. It's a time to revisit your childhood, relive your childhood passions and pains. I know a lot of people said that in the chat box. Yes, reparenting your wounded child, fulfilling the dreams of your inner child. This is so important, fulfilling the dreams that your inner child had, and rediscovering what your passions are, and rediscovering your gifts as well. So just looking back at your childhood gives you so much grace. And it's also an opportunity. It's an opportunity to link your shadows to your inner child wounds. Because as we go through each of these single days, you might have already realized, oh my God, chakra meditation is such a huge topic. How does it link to inner child work? How do your chakras relate to your shadows? And how your shadows might be blocking your chakras, might be imbalancing your chakras? How your inner child wounds might be blocking your root chakra, might be blocking your chance of activating your root chakra, or even the higher chakras, like even your throat chakra, not being able to speak your truth, not being able to speak up in public, not being able to share your truths, might be a block in your throat chakra. But it's not just about saying some mantras or holding a few mudras that is going to really open or activate your throat chakra. When you do inner child work, when you realize that at some point of time, some teacher spoke something to you, someone laughed at you, and you were embarrassed by something that happened in your childhood and shamed for it, and that is what is blocking your throat chakra, that is going to be powerful. So really, it's really understanding that each one of these days work in tandem with each other. So inner child work is day 7. Let's move next slide. Yes, day 8 is trusting your intuition. Now, we've all heard that intuition is a feminine superpower. But every time we speak about intuition, people speak about it as if it's like some kind of woo. We diminish its importance by calling it woo magic. Kuch to, man mein ho raha hai. You're just feeling it. Base it on evidence. And as scientists, as physicians, as surgeons, as doctors, we have always depended on evidence-based medicine, and we have been able to diminish the importance of intuition in our lives. And that is why we cannot access something we haven't practiced. If we haven't practiced leaning into our intuition, we cannot trust ourselves. So trusting your intuition increases your self-trust and gives you access to higher guidance. And knowing the difference between what is instinct and intuition is so important. A lot of people think that intuition is the same thing as gut instinct. No, gut instinct rises from survival instinct, rises from the body needing to keep itself safe. And that is why gut instinct is based in your solar plexus chakra, while intuition is in your third eye, linked to your heart chakra. When you are able to move out of this feeling of survival and fear and able to access thriving, from moving from survive to thriving, and that is where you can just access your intuition. So we do a lot of work based on intuition and self-trust and being guided by your own self-trust and by higher higher guidance. Let's move to the next slide, please. And day 9 is manifestation. Now, what does manifestation mean to you? Let's see in the chat box. A lot of people believe that manifestation is something where you just think of something and it will come true. And I think the most important part of manifestation is lost. The key is lost to the secret of the law of attraction, and that is embodiment. It is not living your future in the present. Absolutely. Now, living your future in the present happens not just in your thoughts. You cannot just affirm, I am beautiful, I am lovely, I'm kind. You need to embody those words. What does beautiful feel in your body? When I say that I am beautiful, how does your spine just automatically go straight? How do you hold yourself when you say the word I am beautiful? Or how do you embody the word I am kind? So the biggest lesson that manifestation teaches us is that it is not in your mind. It is not in the words. It is not in the affirmation. It is in the embodiment of the feeling, in the embodiment of the feeling. And through the 9 days of the awakening your inner goddess, each single day, we take one word and we embody it in our body, within our body. So words like, how does the word safe feel to you? Where do you feel that expansion when I say, I am safe? I am safe. And repeating it until it is embodied within you. So we do this huge self-actualization and manifestation. And you can only do this when you have really mastered the art of embodiment, understood the concept of energy frequency scale. And we do this with a powerful goddess meditation, of which I'm going to just leave you with one of the questions, which is the question which I ask each one of my participants is, if you could be the goddess of anything, what would you be the goddess of? And this question is open to the men as well on our seminar. If you could be the god of anything, like say Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. Now, she's not just the goddess of wealth, moneyly, but you can expand the definition of wealth, but Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. Sarah, yes, goddess of compassion. Okay, so I just want to see what else people want to be goddesses of. So like, goddess of, goddess of joy. So like we have Kali is the goddess of destruction. Balanced energy, yes. Insight is a beautiful one. Yes, goddess of insight. Goddess of love is beautiful. So you can expand. Goddess of nature is a beautiful one. Wisdom is beautiful. Bliss is such a beautiful word. Yes, goddess of bliss. You live in bliss. Lovely. Yes, goddess of balance could be Ardhanarishwar, masculine and feminine balancing, living a life of balance. So I want to share with you what I am the goddess of nature. So after I did my meditation on this the first time, I realized that I want to be the goddess of resilience. And that is exactly what has driven, that is the vision, that is my mission, that is what is driving me, the goddess of resilience. Now, what does goddess of resilience mean? As you saw my journey, I mean, I want to be able to go up and down in life, but I know I have that huge self-trust that even in my lowest lows, I have the resilience within me, that deep self-compassion that I can raise myself. I can be comfortable in the uncomfortable. That is what resilience is to me. And that is what I want to teach every woman. Yes, when we finish Awaken Your Inner Goddess, you can manifest anything. You can be the goddess of anything. And what I want you to be is the goddess of resilience. Never give up on your life. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your people. Never give up on yourself. That is what the goddess of resilience means to me. And that is why I do what I do. That is why I have this workshop and the workshops, all the other workshops that I have. Next, can we go to the next slide, please? Any question? Yes. So, right, Awaken Your Inner Goddess is designed for the busy woman. It seamlessly blends into her schedule. It's experiential and immersive and daily embodiment, water intentions, journaling. And I would deeply invite you to a soul sisterhood of other awakened women. It's all about the community that we are building and raising others while we rise ourselves. There's a beautiful awakening workbook where we delve deeper into 40 different journal prompts for your inner child and 20 different journal prompts for your shadow work and the whole calendar. And it has this beautiful feelings chart where you can delve into 38 different feelings and choose to embody a single feeling every single day to work on your embodiment. And of course, we have exclusive offers within the membership of this vortex. Like I want to share that on the 21st of June, which is the summer solstice, which is a Tuesday, we have a body painting and breath work meditation. Body painting is all about bliss. I heard so many people about bliss, and of course, balancing that bliss with breath work and really embodying it, using your own body as an intention candle, as a journal to write your intentions on, as a manifestation, as a book of manifestation. Doing all of that on your book, on your own body, is the kind of body painting that we're going to delve into. Yes, longest day as well. So that is why the 21st of June we've chosen, because it's the summer solstice and it's beautiful. What is the role? Okay, can we, are these the questions? What is the role of dreams in self-awareness? What are your thoughts? Beautiful, beautiful question. Now, dreams are so important, again, for the feminine energy, because it delves in the dark, in the mysterious, and it is your direct connection to your intuition. But how do you access it? So I'll give you 3 steps to access your dreams. The first step is setting the intention before you go to sleep. That is writing in your book that I am open to any kind of intuition or insights that may come up, and I'm not going to judge it. That is the first thing you will write in your journal, your dream journal. The second thing which you will write is that a sign which you're looking for. So you can give any kind of sign, I want to see a fish in my dream, or if there is something coming up, I would like to see a particular sign that you're looking for. The world, the universe is continuously sending you signs, but you don't know what to look for. So give the universe that, hey, I'm going to be holding a red rose, you hold a pink rose for me, and then we've connected. So leave that in your journal and then sleep on it. And the minute you wake up, you have to wake up and you have to write whatever you remember from your dreams and spend the day understanding what those insights could be. That's a little bit about dream journaling. I love dream journaling. And we also do our morning pages. The thought you sleep. Yes, the thoughts that you sleep with. But I do not want, we do sleep affirmations as part of Ready to Realign workshop. We have a night ritual where we do affirmations while we are doing a face massage. So you're doing a face massage, you're doing your beauty routine, but as you're massaging your face, you're repeating your affirmations. And this is what Tony Robbins calls is incantations. It's not just simply saying your affirmations. It's not just sitting in a place and just saying the affirmations. It's actually massaging the words into your face or doing something. An active form of affirmation is called an incantation. One can also use it as, yes, you can use active imagination for dream work. So
Shall I stop sharing or you have more?
you can move to the last slide, which has my contact details. So, right, I thank you all. We are going to move into the meditation part of it. But before we leave, I wanted to share this, that I have 3 workshops: the Awaken Your Inner Goddess workshop, which is a 10-day workshop, the Alchemy of Archetypes workshop, which is a 5-day workshop, and Ready to Realign workshop, which is a health and wellness workshop, which is for 6 weeks. And you can reach me on this email ID. If you want to be part of it. And also, I would love to connect with all of you after this through my Instagram page, Multidimensional Mom. That is my Instagram page. You can reach out to me. We can connect. We can talk more about spirituality. And I'll see you inside my vortex, inside my portal, inside my workshops. And I love to be a part of this.